Hello everybody, my name is Fatima Hassan, and in this video you will be seeing my science design experiment for the section exps 220 in the University of Michigan Dearborn for Professor Loera's class. The question I'm going to be asking is, does eye blinking vary with gender? Another way to ask this question is, who blinks more in a controlled environment, males or females? This is relevant to me because occasionally I tend to pay attention to people's blinking rather than the conversation. So, in conducting this experiment and obtaining my results, it will help me focus more on the conversation rather than counting people's blinks. There's a lot of background and research done prior to this experiment. To briefly go over, the fields that this experiment relates to is biology, psychology, and optometry. Please feel free to go back into the slides and view the information on the articles. My hypothesis is that if the gender between male and female humans changes, then the number of blinking will increase in females than in males in a matter of 60 seconds because it's a common myth that females blink more than males on average. My independent variable is genders, which is male and female humans. My dependent variable is the number of blinks in 60 seconds. My constants will be the time limit, which is 60 seconds, the age range, which is 10 to 13 years old for each gender. There will be no current medications taken by the participants. The room temperature will be at 65 Fahrenheit. The lighting will be the same for each participant, and the book choice for the participants to read. Also, another constant would be the environment. They will all be placed in the same room. There will be no control group for this experiment. Over here you see the book Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak, which is what the participants will read. And here is a small picture of the environment that they will be placed in, which is a sky blue room with what I infer to be clouds. I'm going to operationalize my independent variable. I'm measuring genders, which is male and female humans, and I'm going to do that by selecting 3 participants which are of the male and female species each. I will operationalize my dependent variable by measuring the number of blinks per 60 seconds, and I'm going to do that by timing each participant 3 times for 3 trials for 60 seconds each, and I will be counting the number of blinks while recording for future reference. The materials you will need for this experiment are 3 males, 3 females, a pen and a paper to record your results, a recorder to record the participants for future reference to make sure that your qualitative data matches with what you see on the recorder. Also, you will need a timer to time the subject for 60 seconds, each participant in each trial. Also, you will need your controlled environment, which is the room you choose for the participants to have. Here's the procedure on how to set up the experiment. First, you must have all your materials ready to prepare the controlled environment for the experiment. You must have the lighting, room temperature all set, and you must have the recorder playing before the participant enters the room for less distractions. After you have all your materials ready, as stated before, label each subject to keep track of your data. For example, male number 1, male number 2, number 3, and the same for the female subjects. After all that is ready, it's time to test each subject separately. Each subject will be given 3 trials for consistent results. As the participant begins to read the book, hold a clipboard and a paper and a pencil, and then start the timer to 60 seconds. Have your subject read the book fully so that they're not rushed or distracted. After you record the number of blinks per 60 seconds, reset the timer to another 60 seconds for the second trial. Record your results, and then the same goes for the third trial. Record all your observations, whether they are quantitative or qualitative. After your data has been recorded, view the videotape and confirm your quantitative data. Repeat this detailed process for all the participants, which is male number 1, number 2, number 3, female number 1, number 2, number 3, with consecutive trials for each of them. Throughout this experiment, many process skills were used. The process skills that were used were observing, inferring, predicting, classifying, measuring, and experimenting. Please look at the slide in a slower motion to get the details. The integrated process skills were formulating a hypothesis, recording data, graphing, experimenting, obtaining results and making conclusion, and identifying the relationship between the variables. Over here you can see the results between the male and the female genders. I purposely put the male genders as one color and the female gender all as one color because I want to put emphasis on the fact that I'm not differentiating between male number 1 and male number 2. I'm differentiating between all males and all females in general. As you can see in the bar graph, females exceed in blinking more than males. In conclusion, the relationship between the variables is that as the gender changes, the number of blinks change as well. The females reached either 18 blinks or over for each subject, and the males did not exceed 17 blinks. According to my data and my results, the conclusion does in fact support my hypothesis that females blink more than males. Of course, considering all the constants that were used in this experiment. Thank you very much for viewing this video, and please feel free to go back into the video and pause on the sections that I did not cover regarding research and other information.